In this video, you learn the varied emotions and feelings of notes and chords on guitar. In ear training, intervals are important to learn, and an interval is the distance between any two notes. But what's more important is to learn the feeling or the emotion that interval creates, both in melodies and in chord progressions. So that is what we're going to be looking at today. Hi, this is Simon Candy from AcousticGuitarLessonsOnline.net, and in this lesson I sit down with ear training specialist Dylan Andrews to discuss and demonstrate the very best ways to learn and memorize the feelings and the emotions of the notes and chord progressions you play on guitar. So in this lesson, we will look at why it's so important to learn the emotions and the feelings of the notes, not just the intervals, which are so often taught in ear training, in an ear training context. Dylan will also take us through some really effective ear training drills and exercises to develop this skill of familiarizing yourself with the feelings and identifying the feelings you get, the emotions you feel and relate to when you play certain things on guitar. And he'll also show you how you can easily make these exercises more challenging and easy ways to do them, but also then to make them more challenging so you can further tune your ear and be a much more expressive and creative guitar player as a result. So let's get into it. How about the third tip for developing a great ear, Dylan? What do we got there?
The third one is, I find one of the most important ones, and probably my favorite one, is focusing on emotions and tendencies of intervals and chords. What I mean here is, instead of trying to just memorize distances, which isn't a bad thing, but instead of trying to memorize distances, you're memorizing the feeling and emotion that a particular chord and note has. So for instance, a very common chord progression is to go 1 and then to the 6. So if we're in the key of C, this would be C to A minor. And what you want to do is, when you hear that 1 to 6, you want to try to identify a very specific emotion that you feel that chord progression has. And again, it doesn't matter the key. That 1 to 6, no matter what key you're in, is going to have that particular feeling. And the big benefit to this is it makes it so much easier to transcribe music and create music, because you're not just hearing sounds, you're hearing emotions. Everything in music is expressing something. And when you can tap into that, it makes playing music, creating music, just listening to music so much more enjoyable, because you hear what that artist is trying to express. And you want to do this for every single chord, the 4 chord, the 5 chord, the 3, and so on. When you're doing this, like I said, when you can finally get to the point where you can hear all these emotions, it makes everything more fun and enjoyable. But a lot of people find trying to attach an emotion to a chord really difficult. Like, for example, if I play a C chord, and then I play the A minor, the 6, if I ask you what emotion this is, like I'll do it again, and I say, what emotion do you think that is? A lot of people are going to draw a blank. Like, I have no idea what emotion that is. And when I was first doing this, that's exactly how it was for me. But a thing that can really help you is to have a list of emotions on the side. You can Google this, you can write them down or whatever. And when you listen to that chord, you can pick what emotions you feel like that specific chord is expressing. And you want to do this for the 6, the 2, the 3, every single chord in the key, for major and for minor as well. And this isn't a one and done exercise either. You're going to come up with a lot of different emotions the first round you do it, and then you do it again, and you kind of narrow it down more, and then what you thought the 6 felt like doesn't feel like that anymore, so you change it. But this is the most valuable thing you can do for your ears, to tap into what emotions the chords are expressing. And I really wish that I could just say, the 6 chord feels like this, the 4 chord feels like this, the 5 chord feels like this, and so on. But we're all different. We all have different opinions, different experiences. So, for instance, when I hear the 3 chord in a major key, this is a very bold and mysterious chord to me. I also think of the word whimsical when I hear that chord, and that's just what it feels like to my ear. So when I hear the 3, that immediately pops into my brain, but you might feel like the 3 sounds completely different. So you have to figure out what the chords feel like to you, what you think they are. And like I said before, you want to do this once to two times per week and continue doing it and hearing these things and narrowing it down until you're confident that the 3 sounds exactly like this, the 5 sounds like this. Also, to just say this again, is you need to have a different feeling for each chord. So you don't want to say the 6 chord feels sad because it's a minor chord, because the 2 and the 3 are going to feel sad as well. You want to pick an emotion that's very specific to that chord. But that is a really big one, and this is one when I see a lot of people talking about ear training, when people are training their ears. I find that this is a big missing piece for a lot of people. But to me is just the most important and fundamental thing that you can do when you're training your ear, because you want to tap into these emotions. You want to be able to listen to music and understand what they're doing. So that is my number 3 tip, and I think it's maybe the biggest one of today of the 5. But yeah, listening out for emotions.
Absolutely, I agree for sure. It's easy to get caught in the whole theory, and it says
Yeah.
C that A minor, or I mean, you've got majors happy, minors sad. That's true to a point, but there's more than just happy and sad, right? There's a whole
Right. Yeah,
range of
it's
emotions that
happy
can
and
be,
sad is so vague.
yeah,
You
yeah,
have to go deeper and figure out, well, how specifically is it sad?
yeah.
Specifically is it happy? And when you go into that, it's just so much better.
I mean, happy, sad is a starting point, but you want to dig a lot deeper there. And you're right. It's hard if you draw blanks. I do too. I have as well. And then you sort of think, well, what is the right answer here? And there is no right answer. It's how you hear it, how it sounds to you, how it makes you feel, what it might bring up for you, memories of past experiences. Maybe you think more visually, and you can sort of attach it to an experience from the past. So that could hint at the emotion that it's bringing up in you. And then when you're writing music or improvising music, it's not hit and miss, trial and error. You can go, well, I want to express this emotion, so I know that if I bring these ingredients in this particular way, I'll have that emotion. So, it's a real way to master, expression with your music, which is everything really, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's absolutely everything. And like when you listen to your favorite guitar players take a solo
Mm.
and you can feel what they're doing and you feel like the guitar is talking, it's because the guitar is talking. He's
Yeah.
taking, the player is taking exactly what he feels like. If he wants to express desperation or longing or joy, there are specific ingredients that you put through specific order of intervals that you can play that will directly express that. And yeah, and also like you said, there is no wrong answer.
Yeah.
For me, I mean, just vaguely, the 6 is a minor chord, so it falls into that sad category. But if someone told me that they feel like the 6 is the happiest chord of the key, and every time they hear it, they can accurately identify it, then you're right. You're right
Yeah.
for you. Whatever is going to work, but you have to find what it feels like to you. When I was first learning this, and my teachers, my question was, can you just tell me what it is?
Yeah.
I don't want to listen to it and then try to identify it and go through the process. I just want you to tell me the 6 is this, the 5 is this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we can't do that.
Yeah.
What I feel like it is going to be different for you.
Yeah.
So I really wish we could.
If you like this video, you'll love this ebook complete with video examples called 10 Melodic Fingerpicking Patterns you can learn in 10 minutes or less. Do you struggle to make the fingerpicking patterns you learn on guitar sound like music? Perhaps it's because you believe in one or more of these fingerpicking pattern myths. 1. You need to know a lot of patterns to have your fingerpicking sound musical. 2. Only advanced fingerpicking patterns sound musical. Easy patterns are too basic to sound any good. Or 3. There is a magic pattern out there somewhere that once found will finally have your fingerpicking sound the way you want it to. None of these myths are true. This is because fingerpicking patterns alone are not musical. They're technical. It's what you do with the patterns that will determine how musical they sound. In this ebook, you learn how to make the most boring fingerpicking patterns sound amazing instantly. Plus, the simple trick to make advanced finger picking patterns easier to play, and the thumb and one finger trick that's so simple and will have your finger picking sounding pro in no time. Click the link in the description below this video and download your free ebook complete with video examples, 10 melodic finger picking patterns you can learn in 10 minutes or less. You'll have it in your inbox within minutes. Let me know in the comments section what acoustic guitar topics you'd like to see covered in future videos. I love hearing from you. I read all comments and I do my very best to answer them all. So don't be shy, drop me a line. I would love to hear from you. If you like this video, then hit the like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And of course, hit that all important notification bell button so YouTube can tell you when I've released a new video. This is Simon Candy from acousticguitarlessonsonline.net. As always, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate your time. And I also look forward to seeing you in the next video.